And we're going to get started roughly about 1:02. We just want to see if we can get some more folks in here. Welcome, welcome. Y'all smile. It's Tuesday.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm listening in. I'll probably have my name mostly. I'm working and listening. Okay.
Okay.
I'm one of the MAT instructors, and I wanted to hear what you all were offering.
Oh, well, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're recording. My name is Brittany Champion. I am your instruction and outreach librarian. And presenting with me today is Miss Alicia Young, our math coordinator from the Tutorial and Academic Success Center. So we're going to just share some amazing things that our two departments are doing. If at any time you have any questions, feel free to put that information in the chat. We will try our best to answer those questions today. If we cannot, then we will gladly send you an email to answer those questions. All right, so let's jump into Pitt Community College Library. So Pitt CC Library supports the mission of the college by providing a vibrant and innovation environment designed to inspire academic excellence and promote lifelong learning. And this beautiful photo that you see here is a photo of our reference desk. Our lab is behind here. We also have study corrals, and you see our collection. So if you have not toured the library, this is the time to do it. And if you need a space to study, or you just need a space to work, or you want to kind of collaborate with others, I call the downstairs portion of the library the Starbucks, because that's what we are downstairs. But upstairs, we do have some quiet spaces where you can study. So where's the library located? We are located in the Everett building, and the Office of Accessibility Services is actually located on the first floor. And student parking is located across the street, but we do have a little bit of parking in front of the library. And if you don't know, you do know now that TASC can actually be found behind the library. So our library hours for the fall: Monday through Wednesday, we are 7:45 to 8 p.m. Thursday through Friday, 7:45 to 5 p.m. And Saturday and Sunday, we are closed. And that Starbucks component, you see that down here, and you see a couple of study rooms back here, and we also have a lab on the first floor. So there are several librarians, and each of us have different specialties, but Lee Russell is our library director. I've already introduced myself. Stephanie Bowers is a reference and serials librarian, and she's in charge of making sure that we have a collection that supports the different departments across campus. Angela Davis is your web services librarian. She manages pretty much all of the website and also H5P testing through Moodle. And Evan Schmall is our public services librarian and archives. She is one of our newly hired librarians. And Sheila Mendoza is our part-time reference librarian, who you normally would see Monday through Wednesday in the evenings. So there are 4 ways that you can contact a librarian, but the 3 ways that we really like for you to connect is to call us over the phone during operational hours. You can send us an email. And you can also use our chat service. The amazing thing about our chat service is that it's available to you 24/7. So I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you just need something, it's kind of late and the library is closed. Don't forget about the chat service, because there's a librarian from NC, somewhere around NC, and she or he they're ready to help you. And so, and they're equipped with the skills and the databases, the knowledge of the databases that Pitt CC has to offer. And the 4th way is to simply come in, right? Simply come in and see the space and meet with a librarian if you need him or need her, excuse me. So as for library resources, we have a large number of resources, both in print and online. Our print resources consist of 26,236. That's not a lot compared to other academic libraries, but for a community college library, that's a great deal of printed materials. We have 185 databases, and we also have 104 research guides covering over 24 subjects. So again, you're not limited. Librarians have come together and we have put the right amount of resources in the right places, and we've put them in the order that you would search for your research. So if you ever need assistance, just check out our check out our databases, but check out those research guides so that you can find the resources that you need quickly. And for citation help, you can find the information on the main webpage, and you see that link here. We have citation examples in the following formats: MLA, APA, CMS, and Turabian. And our library services, which is common between all librarians, but we do have wireless internet, we have print, scan, and copy services, we have interlibrary loan. What I really enjoy about interlibrary loan is that even if I do not have access to a resource here in the library, I still technically have access to that book or that article because our coordinator puts in a request, and the library that responds, they will send the material to us. Now, if you know that you need this material really quickly within 7 to 10 business days, this is not the resource for you. If you find that you're looking for a book that we do not have and you know you need it quickly, come to meet with a librarian and we'll see what we can find in-house or somewhere close so that you don't have to wait, right? Because we don't want you to have a failing grade because you didn't get the resource that you needed. You can check out books and anatomical models, and you also have access to laptops and hotspots. So let's talk about that. Laptops and hotspots are available to you throughout the semester. You need to keep in mind that you're financially responsible should there be any damage to either of these devices. But the hotspot data limit is only 20 gigabytes per month. So it sounds like a lot, but when you think about it, you're doing your work and you're doing presentations, you have to keep in mind that limit gets to be slim over the month. And so you want to make sure that you're using your data responsibly because there's no way to give you more, okay? We also have access to group study rooms. We have small, medium, and large. And we also have computer labs, one on each floor. So printing in the library, I have some pricing here. I'm not going to go through all of those. They're kind of self-explanatory. We do not have wireless printing at this time, but I'm hoping in the future that we will. Just keep in mind that each student will receive $10, roughly about 7 to 10 business days after the semester starts. But if there's something that you need right now, just come into the library, let us know, and we'll get that printed for you because we don't want you to go without. So keeping up with library updates. We have several ways that you can keep up with us. You keep up with us through our What's New page, through our library blog. You can actually contact us through social media to keep up with our content, but you can also see our updates through the weekly PCC bulletin, okay? Current COVID restrictions, only student, staff, and faculty are able to use the library at this time. And, oh, sorry. Your entry requirements, of course, you check your temperature. You need to have your valid PCC ID. It needs to be a physical copy of your ID, not a picture, not an email attachment, but the physical ID. If you do not have one, of course, you can visit the police department. You need to have on your mask and practice social distancing and keep your hands clean, but most importantly, to follow the restrictions of the college, okay? If you do not follow these restrictions, then we'll ask you to leave. And so this right here is my contact information. I have my phone number and my email and also my availability. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this information into the chat, and I'm going to show you a Padlet. So for those of you who are not familiar, this is a Padlet. And it reminds you a lot of Pinterest if you are a heavy Pinterest user. And so what I have done is I have added books that I either want to read, I have read, or at some point I've heard someone talk about it. And so I thought it was interesting and I wanted to add it. I am giving you access to this Padlet. You can go in and add titles on your own. I encourage you to come in and kind of engage with the posts. You can rate them, you can comment. And if you would like to add content, you can. Anything in green is what I am ready to read. Anything in purple is what we already have physically here in the library. And the little bit of blue that you see, those are children's titles. Okay, so if you are an avid reader with your children or your younger cousins, siblings, these are some titles to read. And so again, if we don't have access to it, you just put in an interlibrary loan request and we'll get that title for you. So that concludes my section of the presentation, and I am going to turn it over to Alicia.
You have to unmute.
I just realized that. Guess I got a little practice in. Thank you so much. It's really great to talk to everyone today. I was saying I wish we could see you all in person, but we're grateful to have this chance to meet. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Tutorial and Academic Success Center. I've been with this department for about 8 years, and I've really enjoyed my time here. And I continually meet people that don't know everything they can get from our services. So I'm grateful we get this chance to talk. One thing we always emphasize is if you are a PCC student, our services are free. And so if you want tutoring, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to go find someone. We provide free tutoring to all PCC students. And we have 4 different centers that cover different areas. We have the Academic Skills Lab, which is somewhere where you can go to log into a computer to use. And they provide help on different computer subjects. We have the Math Center, the Science Center, and the Writing Center. And they're all in different areas. The Writing and Math Center are directly behind the library. They're 2 trailers that are kind of right beside each other. And then the Science Center is over in Williams. And the Academic Skills Lab and the Math Center are actually in the same building. So we're connected. Currently this semester, we are offering online and face-to-face tutoring. We are not taking walk-ins. I know in the past we've had hours where students could walk in and just get help at any time. Currently, we are not doing that. We have an online version for walk-ins, but not a face-to-face version at this time. And currently, this is our staff. Our director is Dr. Katrina Arnold, who she was able to join our meeting, so you'll see her name. In the Academic Skills Lab, we have Bonnie Sutton. I am currently the coordinator with the Math Center. And in the Science Center, we have Yada David. Currently, for the Writing Center, we're actually working to hire a new coordinator. And our technical assistant is Emily Hurdle, and our administrative assistant is Emily McConnell, who is also here today. So we get to kind of see her in here. And so that's our staff. And so these are some of the subjects tutors. So we have math, science, English, business, foreign language, accounting, and more. I always tell people if you don't see the subject listed here, you're always welcome to ask. There might be a random subject that one person we have tutors. And so any subject that's requested, we try our best to match a tutor with them. And we also do computer skills. The Academic Skills Lab, Bonnie does a lot with computers. So chances are, if you don't know it, either she knows it or she knows someone who could figure it out. Another thing that I think probably a lot of people don't think about with TASC is the study skills management side. You can do this 2 ways. Some people actually request a separate appointment to go over study skills. And some people, it kind of naturally comes up in their tutoring session, or they'll ask about it during their tutoring session. And a couple of these things that could include are time management, test prep, reading comprehension. Time management, I know for us is definitely a big thing, especially if we're working with someone with projects and we've seen someone do that project, a year or 2 ago. We kind of will help them kind of split it up into steps and kind of know how they can stay on task to finish it in time and do a really good job and put all the effort in that they need to. And so the Academic Skills Lab, a little bit more about them. Like I said, they are connected to the Math Center Trailer 19. You can get help with computer skills. And this can include Moodle. If you're new to Pitt Community College or you just haven't done a lot with Moodle before, they can help you navigate that, as well as Microsoft products and Google apps as well. And so some of the subjects tutored, there's some CIS classes, CTS, OST, and like I said, if you want help with the subject that's up here, you can ask, and if we can do it, we're always willing to help. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what a tutoring session will look like. They can look very different depending on the subject and depending on where you're at personally and even what your learning style is. But generally speaking, your tutor will contact you, and there are some things that we share with you that can help you get more out of your session and be better prepared. Writing down questions beforehand, having assignments pulled up in Moodle or anywhere else, having your textbook or PowerPoint or whatever you're using to get your information from handy. All these things will help you get more out of your tutoring session, and it'll help us go through the information faster. When you come in the first time, we'll spend a few minutes with you, kind of getting to know you, talking with you, seeing where you're at, seeing what you want to work on, so that we can tailor the session to you, and not just a subject, but to you and what you need from it at that time. It is an interactive process. You know, when you go to lecture, a lot of times your teacher's talking for most of the time. When you go to tutoring, it's very interactive. There will be times where your tutor will be talking, and then there will be times where they'll ask you to work on something. They might ask you to do a math problem, or they might ask you to maybe give comments on something that you're reading about. And then there might be times where you're working together with your tutor. So it's very interactive, and that gives the tutor an ability to kind of see where you're at that time and what they might need to go over. They can also help you review assignment instructions and make a plan for a specific assignment. And like I said before, they can also help you create a study plan. Sessions last about 50 minutes. And so keep that in mind when you're coming. Whatever you can do to make that 50 minutes more valuable is always great. So tutoring goals. There are a couple of things we really want to help you do when you come to a tutoring session. Probably the number one thing in my book is helping students become independent learners. We work with you during your tutoring session, but our goal is always to help you duplicate whatever we do in the session on your own by the time you have your assignment or your test come up. We want to help you learn the materials through dialogue, talking things out, offering opportunities to practice course content, like we talked about before. It's very interactive. And we want to help you gain confidence in your ability to be successful. And you can learn it. Everything's hard until you learn it. There are things that seem really hard, and then once you learn it, it magically just seems really simple. And so if you feel like you can't do it on your own, come to us and we will help you know exactly how you need to break that up and conquer it. A few other things we offer: quick help. That's the virtual walk-ins I was talking about earlier. So if you have a quick question and you don't have an appointment, or you may not need a whole appointment for your question, Monday through Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m., you can contact us and we'll give you Zoom information where you can pop in and talk with a tutor for a few minutes, 10 minutes, however long you need. We also have a paper review service in the Writing Center. You can submit your paper and a tutor will review it and then contact you with their feedback. Supplemental instruction is something we offer to some classes. That is where a tutor will attend your classes either virtually or in person, and then they will offer a meeting where students can attend to get additional review of the material. And tutor.com is also something we have that I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna pull this up real quick because I want to show you guys how this looks, because if you're like me, it really helps me find it if I know what it looks like. So on your Moodle page, you will be able to find tutor.com. Now this is going to be, let's see. This is going to be what you can use when we are not available at TASC. Kind of like the library had their 24/7 chat with the librarian. This is kind of like our version of that. So I'm pulling up my Moodle to kind of show you guys what it looks like. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see this. Is it showing up for everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good. So somewhere on your Moodle page, you will see something that looks like this, tutor.com. So when you click on it, it will take you to tutor.com, and you want to use it for Moodle page because you don't have to be a Pitt Community College student to use tutor.com, but this is a way you can use it, and you have 7 free hours from us. And so when you get on it, you can pick what subject you want to, or what topic you want to review. And then even when you do that, like if you just pick math, it'll give you a list of math subjects and you can pick what you're working on. They have 2 different options. You can do chat only, or you can do chat plus voice. They do not have a video option, so there won't be a way for you to see the tutor or see what they're doing. And you can enter a question right here, and then it will connect you to a tutor. Another thing it allows you to do, they have quizzes you can take as well. And so if you click on that, you can actually select a topic. And if you have something that you really want to work on more and you just don't have any other practice problems to do, you can look at this and see if you can find a good fit. Let's see. And so it breaks it down into subjects. So that's something they have as well. Now, those 7 hours that you have, they are counted down to the minute. So if you do a session on tutor.com and you only use 7 minutes, you'll have 6 hours and 53 minutes left. So it's very precise. It doesn't take like 20 or 30 minutes off standard at a time, no matter how long you use it. So that is something you can use if it's 11 o'clock at night and you get surprised by something and you really need to talk to someone. That's an option that you can have. And if you have any questions about this, we're definitely going to have questions at the end. So just in case you want to know more about that, but that is a little look at tutor.com. And to connect with us, you can reach us at a phone number, 493-7888. You can go to pittcc.edu/tutoring. That will give you all the information about where we're at, how to contact us, and it has a request for tutoring form up there that you can fill out. We also, if you stop by T19, we have a station set up with the iPad where you can fill out a request for tutoring there if you don't have a way to do it on your own. But either way, come see us. We love when people come by. I always tell people tutoring isn't just for passing the class. Even if you just want to do better, if you have a B and you want an A, we can help you do better than you could on your own. That's our goal. So if you want to do something faster, come see us and we'll look forward to hearing from you. And that is it. We wanted to take some time at the end. If any of you have any questions, let us know. We'd love to talk and see if you guys want to hear a little more.
While you all are thinking of some questions, I noticed that I had the wrong time listed for my availability. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 is what I have in person. So if you need me during that time frame, I can definitely make it work to meet.
Well, if anyone thinks of any questions later, always feel free to reach out and email us or call. And we appreciate everyone coming today. And that's all I have. Brittany, I guess I'll turn it over to you or Emily if either one of you want to add anything else.
I would just like to simply add, to just kind of echo off of you a little bit. The goal is that we are here to service your needs. And so if there's anything that you need related to research, please reach out. My goal is to continue to push that the library is a space for you. And if there's something that we can do for you, then we will do our best to make it happen. And there's no need to struggle on your academic journey here at PCC alone. There are so many great resources across this campus, and unfortunately you can't highlight them all in 30 minutes, but there are some amazing components of this campus and departments who are willing to reach out and do what they can for you. So if there's something that there you need across campus that the library doesn't do, of course, we will point you in the right direction. Our goal is that you just come and you ask and let us help you. And so that's all that I have for you all today.